Hey, come sit with me for a second. I've been thinking a lot about it in the recent time that how easy it is for us to fall into this trap of, blaming external things for why our life isn't working out. And, I'm not even judging at this point because I've been guilty of it myself. Sometimes I just think that instead of facing that challenge head on, what I tend to think is that maybe it's just my bad luck, or it's just in my stars, or because my Mercury is retrograde and things like that. And now I know that it's not something that only I do. A lot of people do this, and also it's not just about astrology. The list is endless, like blaming our parents' upbringing, the government, the weather, even our mental health, our partner not being supportive enough. So the list goes on. But the thing is, it's kind of comforting to know that we have something to put our pressure on. Like it kind of takes the pressure off. But this mindset is keeping us stuck because deep down, we are rational persons and we know that the solution lies in our hands. It cannot entirely be astrology at fault or any other external factor. So here comes the part one of the problem of staying stuck. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day and we were laughing it off, like how 5 years ago we used to have these conversations that there are things in our lives which are going out of hand, and how we are not able to take charge of it and control it. And it's not that we didn't know what had to be done, and it's not that we didn't care, but we were just waiting. We were stuck in this loop of waiting because it's comforting to think that it's not me, it's my Mercury retrograde. It's not me, I just don't have supportive parents. And it's not me, I'm an introvert and this is not meant for me. And also, I'm not saying that people cannot have real external problems. People do have bigger problems, but I am talking in the context of me and my friend. We knew each other and we didn't have some major external problems that were, stopping us from, breaking the shackles or breaking the chains of our problems. So the thing is that the moment we believe all this, we are letting ourselves off the hook. We don't have to fix the problem because now it's out of our control. But here's the catch: the moment you make it someone else's fault, you give away your power. If the problem is Mercury retrograde, you have to wait until the stars realign. If it's the problem of having unsupportive parents, then you have to wait until they magically become better people, right? And if the fault is your personality, well, then you are doomed, right? And that's why nothing changes. The more you blame external stuff, the more powerless you feel. And here's why we fall into this trap. Because taking responsibility means facing the fact that if you want something different, you have to do certain things differently. And that's terrifying because what if you fail? What if you try and then again nothing changes? So it's easier to say that things are out of my control because that way you are protecting yourself from the fear of failure. And sometimes it's not even conscious. We are so used to blaming external things that it becomes our second nature. I used to do this all the time. I would blame my circumstances. I would blame my social circle. I would blame every possible external thing but myself. Because if it wasn't my fault, I didn't have to feel bad for not fixing it. And also, I didn't have to face the possibility that I could fix it, but I was too scared to try. And now you must be thinking, then what actually works? Let me tell you what changed for me. I stopped waiting for things to change. I was tired of feeling stuck. So, what I did, I realized that waiting for my stars to realign or waiting for my whatever childhood trauma to magically dissolve, it was all just an excuse. So I stopped waiting, I stopped blaming, and I started by doing one uncomfortable step at a time. Obviously, it's going to be uncomfortable as hell. And let me tell you this: the first time you actually solve your own problem without waiting for someone else to fix it for you, you feel unstoppable. Not because things just got better. You build that confidence because your effort made it better. I'm not saying that you have to change your life overnight. Just start small. Apply for that job even if you think that you won't get it. End that unhealthy relationship even if you're scared of being alone. Study for a while even if you don't feel 100% ready. So when you take action, you feel powerful. You feel less helpless. And this is the most simple, most practical way to break this cycle. I know many of you are spending your nights quite restlessly, planning the things, strategizing the things, wanting to feel more ready and more clear in your head. But let me tell you that clarity that you're waiting for is not going to come that way. Clarity doesn't come by thinking about it. Clarity comes, it follows. It is a consequence of trying. It is a consequence of action. Clarity is not going to come by thinking about it. Clarity is definitely going to come when you start doing. And I know almost every one of us has somebody around us who just seems to have their life put together. It's like they know what they want and everything just follows. But it's not luck. They have just learned how to solve their own problems. They have just learned how to solve their own problems. They have also faced setbacks, but instead of blaming the universe, they learned how to tackle them. So, a friend of mine told me about this girl she knows. She lost her dad when she was young, so she had to step out of her home and start working. She had to earn bread and butter for her family. Life threw everything at her, but she didn't sit there saying, why me? Instead, she tackled everything. She picked one problem at a time and fixed it. And that built her confidence. Now, every time when life throws something challenging at her, she knows how to handle it because she has that proof. She has the proof, she has a life proof that she can trust herself. Because the last time when she had a problem, she tackled it and there is a tangible proof of successfully navigating it, so she trusts herself. We are stuck because the root cause of this is that we don't trust ourselves that we can handle it. So, what is the way out? The only way out is very simple, and there is nothing earth shattering in whatever I'm going to tell you now. The only way out is to accept the harsh truth that nobody and nothing is coming to save you. You are all that you have got, so you just have to stop waiting and stop blaming. And what you have to start is start doing action. So you have to stop two things and start doing one thing. It is that simple, my friend.